What is going on, guys? It's Klaus, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode where we're going to be doing the Town Hall 9 upgrade priority list and guide. Now, Supercell keeps releasing all these updates and changing everything, and so I decided to redo all of my priority lists, starting with Town Hall 5 and working my way up today. Town Hall 9. Now there's two things you need to remember before you follow this guide. The first thing is that you need to make sure that your Town Hall 8 base is maxed out. That means you can't upgrade anything else, you're done. That includes all the defenses, all the walls, all the hero levels for the king, getting a level 10, and all of that jazz. Make sure your base is perfectly maxed out before going to Town Hall 9, otherwise you'll be considered rushed, and a lot of clans are not going to accept you into their clan. The second thing that you need to remember is to max out your laboratory. Do all the research projects that you can. Get all of your troops maxed out as high as you can before going to Town Hall 9. Now, I can tell you from experience that Town Hall 9 is an amazing Town Hall level. My favorite so far. My main account here is a Town Hall 9. I've almost got it maxed out. It has been a lot of fun. We've had a great time as a family following each other. You following me following you in the comments. And it's been just a big, huge, fun experience for me to be able to do. But there is also a lot of work that's involved, including, here's a couple of interesting numbers. It will take you longer to max out your Town Hall 9 than it took you to get there. That means Town Hall 1 through 8 took you less time than it will take you to max out Town Hall 9. That's how big this Town Hall is. It's crazy. It's an amazing Town Hall because it just takes so much time and work. You can really tell who puts in the time and the work versus someone who is rushed. It's amazing to think that it really does, and I've done the math on this, it takes over 1 billion golden elixir, not thousand, not million, billion with a B, golden elixir to max out your walls from max Town Hall 8 level to Town Hall 9. So, with all that included, here's your Town Hall 9 upgrade priority list and guide. Now I've got 5 builders laid down onto the field right now because at the point of Town Hall 9 you should have at least 4. But for the sake of this guide, we're going to assume that you've pushed to Crystal League, you've pushed to Masters League, you've gotten all the free gems, and now you're going to have yourself your 5th builder. Now, if you don't have your 5th builder, this guide is still followable. Is that a word? Followable? Anyway, this guide is still followable. You just have to make sure you're sticking with the program and do your best to get some gems and get that 5th builder because it's going to make everything much, much easier. So, for the first builder, and we'll go ahead and zoom in on him, is always going to be the laboratory. The laboratory is a first priority for every Town Hall level because it is absolutely essential, 150 million% essential for improving your offensive capability, your attacking capability. So upgrade your laboratory, and then with that same builder, once it's done, that means Spell Factory is not the hugest priority, but it's still a pretty big priority to upgrade your Spell Factory to level 4 because you're going to unlock the jump spell and the freeze spell. Both those spells are unlocked at Spell Factory level 4, and it is very, very beneficial to you as an attacker to have both of those spells, especially if you're going to try to take on a Town Hall 10. Now, with the second builder, I'm going to recommend that you build the new walls. You're going to get, where the heck are my walls at? I missed them. There they are. There they are. With the new walls, you're going to be able to put together your new design. Town Hall 9 has a very intricate set of defenses and offenses, stuff you have to consider. There's a lot of good base designers on YouTube and probably some in your clan. So build your new walls and then do your new base design after you finish the rest of the first step where you build all of your brand new first defenses and buildings and stuff that you need to build. But with this new builder, do your first walls and then make sure you've got plenty of gold because you're going to start your first X-bow. Now, a lot of people are going to say that you shouldn't do the X-bow immediately because it increases the weight of you in war. But this is not a Town Hall 8.5 guide. If you don't know what Town Hall 8.5 is, it's a player with Town Hall 8 level defenses and Town Hall 9 level offenses. And what that will make you basically what that does is that it makes you a lower rank in war, but you have the offensive capability to attack max Town Hall 9 bases. This is not a Town Hall 8.5 guide, this is a general Town Hall 9 guide for how to upgrade your base. I will be doing a Town Hall 8.5 guide at the end of this series, probably the next video that we upload. So don't freak out, this is just for the general farmer. So I've already thrown it down, but the second X-Bow is after the first X-Bow. It's going to take some time. I believe the first level of the X-Bow takes at least 5 days, probably more like 7 days to build. So within the time that this first X-Bow is upgrading or being built, you're going to want to start your second X-Bow next. Whenever you're doing your base designing, leave a space for your second X-Bow. A lot of base designers are going to have specific places for that X-Bow. Just put a builder's hut in there for now and fill it in once you start building it. Now with your third builder, guys, you get to start the next big upgrade, probably the most important upgrade you'll do aside from the laboratory as a Town Hall 9. The most fun aspect of the Town Hall 9, the Archer Queen. That's right. So the Archer Queen is legit, guys. She is central in a lot of attack strategies. She's super powerful, so make sure whenever you go to Town Hall 9, whenever your Town Hall 9 finishes, you've got a full storage, because that queen is going to require a lot of Dark Elixir, and she is absolutely worth it to get it on day 1, and she's a 0-second upgrade. All you're doing is building the altar, so definitely worth doing. And then what you want to do is you want to start upgrading your Dark Elixir drills. They are very expensive, they take a long time to do, but guaranteed it's worth doing. Dark Elixir is the hardest resource to grab at any Town Hall level, including Town Hall 9, because there's going to be a lot of demand for it. So do both of the Dark Elixir drills. I'll get rid of that one, but you've got 2 that need to go from level 3 all the way up to level 6. Be sure this third builder's hut, or this third builder, is dedicated to getting all those Dark Elixir drills up as high and as fast as possible. Amazingly enough, guys, the army camp comes in next. So usually you see the army camp way ahead of everything else on the priority list, but there's other things that are considered in this guide, and the army camps are next. You've got 4 of them. They all need to go to level 7. You can use them while they upgrade, so it's not necessarily something you have to do immediately. And guys, it is absolutely worth it, because then your total army camp will add up to 220 troops, not just 200, will making you that much more powerful in the long run. And remember, guys, for the most part, you want to work on your offense at the beginning of your Town Hall level, and then your defense at the end of your Town Hall level. So for the 4th and 5th builders, you've got the task of building the new buildings. This should go very, very quickly. The first one's on my list, not necessarily priority-wise, but just the first ones on my list are the new storages. You get a new gold and elixir storage. These will need to be maxed, but they're not exactly 100% priority. The next new building is the Archer Tower. This is basically a list of the new stuff that you get. You also get another air sweeper, so that's awesome. Now you can do the crisscross. You can be very strategic. The sweeper is actually a very OP defense once you get to Town Hall 9. You also get another wizard tower, guys, and another wizard tower is legit. Now you have 4. They're very powerful and very useful. And then you have the hidden Tesla, which I kind of feel it should be considered a building, not necessarily a trap. There's also some new traps, and the new traps include 2 seeking air mines, and so I believe that puts you at 4. Excuse me. Oh, well, no. What are you doing, sir? Get out of here. Okay, yeah. So you get 2 of these seeking air mines, and they are definitely worth building because they just protect you from air very, very well against dragons and such. And then a giant bomb. The giant bomb, guys, now you've got 4. So you can have 2 groups of double giant bombs, or what they call the hog killer. No matter what happens, if hogs trigger 2 giant bombs, and if they're anywhere in the vicinity, they're gonna go bye-bye. So now your Town Hall 9, you've got 2 groups of double giant bombs. It is super, super worth it. So the job that these 2 builders' huts have is to take all these new buildings and traps to the same level as their Town Hall 8 counterparts, and that will ensure that you've got a good balanced base, you don't have any major weaknesses, and it'll be that much more beneficial to you in the long run. So let's back up, talk about this once again. Builder number 1, laboratory always, and then the spell factor afterwards. Builder 2, walls and X-bows. Builder 3, archer queen, dark elixir drill, and army camp. That's going to take a long time. Builders 4 and 5 are going to do the gold storage, elixir storage, new archer tower, new air sweeper, wizard tower, Tesla, 2 seeking air mines, and 1 new giant bomb. Totally amazing, and I believe a complete set of what should be absolutely first during the first couple of weeks of your Town Hall 9 journey. Once you get all that done, you're still not anywhere near done with Town Hall 9, guys. It is massive, but what you ought to do now is throw Bob. Bob's your first builder. Bob the Builder, he's going to be doing the air defenses, just the same as the Town Hall 8 upgrade priority list. Do them one at a time just to keep yourself safe from getting completely demolished in multiplayer, and it will be very beneficial to you in the long run to get them all done in sequential order. The second recommended course of action would be doing your mortars with the same type of diligence, one at a time with a builder, because the mortars, although underrated, are very, very effective against most farming strategies. You got Barch, you got Jai Barch, you've got Bam. Of course, Bam, you can't hit the minions with the mortars, but everything else you can. So the mortars are underrated. They need to be upgraded as soon as you can, guys. Along that same note, guys, the Wizard Towers, another amazing defense, probably the most well-rounded defense that there is, and these need to be upgraded one at a time as well. I think I'm going to take this moment to remind y'all that in previous studies, the Wizard Tower came out as the most effective defense against all-around troops. Obviously, it's not as effective against dragons as the air defense, or against the heroes as the Archer Tower or the cannon. But overall, the Wizard Tower is the most balanced defense there is, and so therefore definitely needs to be prioritized. And with builder number 4, we have not forgotten that we need to upgrade our clan castle. If you do this, you gain an extra 5 troop capacity. That's taking you to 30. So finally, I know you've been waiting. Town Hall 8, you've been waiting to be able to hold that golem in that clan castle. Well, now you can. Now you can have that clan castle golem, that max golem from your clan that's going to help you destroy the bases in the wars, guys. Upgrade this as soon as you can, within reason, because of how powerful of an increase in your offensive and defensive capabilities the clan castle really is. Now, for the sake of argument, guys, I'm imagining that builder number 3 earlier that had to do all the dark elixir drills and army camps and stuff, he's probably still pretty busy. He's over here. We've assigned him the Wizard Tower. So let's assume that that builder that was working on the dark elixir drills and the army camps is this builder or this builder. It doesn't matter which one. And we're going to assume that we still have some more dark elixir drills to upgrade or army camps or whatever. That's going to represent that. But there's other things that need to be upgraded, and they're going to take some time. Probably the most important one at this point in the game would be your Dark Elixir storage. You get 2 new upgrades for the Dark Elixir storage. It's going to greatly improve your ability to do the higher tier upgrades in your laboratory, like your Valkyries and your Golems. Those need to be upgraded as soon as possible in your laboratory in order to be a valid war player. But also, it doesn't hinder you, doesn't limit you. If you're a hardcore farmer like I am, you're gonna want to have as much Dark Elixir storage as possible after the Dark Elixir drills are upgraded. And then the next big thing on the list are the Dark Barracks. And there's actually 2 of them. I'll go ahead and throw them down there now. These Dark Barracks, guys, unlock 2 pretty useful troops. Right now, the Witch is not all that useful, but I imagine it will be in the future. And then the Lava Hound, which the Lava Hound is legit, guys. Super useful and necessary in some very high tier and powerful attack strategies. So I recommend that you upgrade these barracks one at a time and get them maxed out behind your Dark Elixir drill and your Dark Elixir storage. Now there's some major considerations for this 4th builder. This clan castle is not going to take that long to upgrade. And there's 2 major things that need to start happening as soon as you can behind that clan castle. One of them is upgrading your hidden Teslas. We all know that they're going to take a long time to upgrade. There's 4 of them, and going to level 7 is going to cost a lot of time, probably a lot of gold as well. But getting those upgraded is going to benefit you a lot in the long run, especially against the terrible attack strategy known as Go Wipe. It's a bad attack strategy, but it can do some damage if your Teslas are not upgraded to maximum. Level 7 Teslas wreck on those troops, guys, so I recommend them highly. And then after that, we'll go and throw that in down here. is the barracks upgrades, guys. There are barracks. I'm putting it in like this, even though I probably shouldn't, because I don't want y'all to get confused. Only do barracks one at a time, because like always, you don't want to hinder your offensive capabilities. The barracks aren't a hugely important upgrade, just like Town Hall 8. Earlier, they only unlocked the P.E.K.K.A. Now they're only going to unlock the Baby Dragon. But the Baby Dragon has its uses, especially in war. So upgrade these barracks one at a time. And then there's one other major consideration we need to consider, and it is the Dark Spell Factory, guys. I'll put that there at the bottom because it's not a huge priority. The Dark Spell Factory, level 4, is going to unlock the Skeleton Spell. Now, the Skeleton Spell is useful for luring the clan castle. I believe that is the, if it still works that way, it could have been changed at this point. But I've recently seen a clanmate use the Skeleton Spell to take out the clan castle, or he used the Skeleton Spell to slow down the clan castle. But another major thing that the Skeleton Spell does is pop Teslas. You're wondering where the Teslas are on your opponent's base. You can drop it in those blank spaces and a Tesla will pop up as soon as it notices a skeleton traps around. So the Skeleton Spell, the Dark Spell Factory level 4, not a high priority, and why it is near the bottom of this particular list. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, where are the cannons and archer towers? They are extremely powerful against heroes. Well, that's next. Alright, so the Archer Tower will be our next major priority. If I could find them, there we are. There are 6 Archer Towers, and we're only going to throw down one of them. But you have to upgrade all 6. Recommend you do those. And then the cannons, and then the X-bows. So let's talk about the X-bows for a little bit. The X-bows are very beneficial on your base to protect your loot. You can do them anytime you want to, but there's a lot of considerations if you want to be in war. We'll go into a lot more detail on my Town Hall 8.5 priority list, but right now what I'm saying is don't upgrade your X-bows unless you're ready to take on some difficult opponents in war. The higher up your X-bow level is, the more likely you are to be much higher in the ranking. And that will force you to take on stronger bases. And unless you're ready, unless you're prepared and practiced and ready to roll, I wouldn't upgrade the X-bows. As you can see, guys, I'm pretty much maxed and I only have level 2 X-bows. The way I do it, or am doing it, is I waited until I had level 20 Queen and level 20 King before I went to level 2 X-bow. And then I'm going to wait until my Queen is level 30, whatever that may be, to upgrade my X-bows to level 3. That's my preference. That's helping me get used to Town Hall 9 and get good at attacking max bases. But of course, you can do whatever you want. The X-bow is extremely good at defending your loot, especially now that Supercell has buffed that defense. And the final consideration for defenses is the Air Sweeper, guys. The Air Sweeper, as you can see, it has this conular shaped radius, and it pushes air troops, healers, dragons, lava hounds, balloons, all those wonderful things out and away, and they're very good if placed well on a base, depending on the base design and the attacker. So upgrading those, I believe they get 2 levels. No, they get 1. The 1 level they get is very beneficial. Trust me, it pushes that extra half tile, and you can really tell in the middle of an attack. So doing the Air Sweeper is very, very useful. And I want to remind y'all again that you should be doing your walls throughout this entire process. Like I said at the beginning of all this guide, it's 1 billion golden elixir to max out your walls from level 8. That means max Town Hall 8 level to max Town Hall 9, which is level 10 walls, and I've only got 9 of those, so that kind of shows you how expensive they are. These need to be done off and on throughout your entire Town Hall 9 career, as well as your king and your queen. Let's see. Oh, I think I already put her down, which means she's probably back here. There she is. There we go. The king and the queen need to be absorbing as much dark elixir as they can. Get your king and queen as high as you can, because they work as a defense and an offense. And you can't get any better than that. They're an invincible troop. that you can use non-stop as long as they don't get damaged and have to sleep for a little while. And even if they do get damaged and have to sleep for a little while, it really doesn't matter all that much because they come back to life. It's wonderful. So upgrading your heroes and your walls throughout this whole process is extremely important, only because it's going to take a long time. So throughout the entire, from the beginning to the end, you're going to be working on those as well as your laboratory. There's a lot of stuff to do in the laboratory, and if you want a laboratory guide, I'm going to go ahead and mention this now. If you want a laboratory guide on what you should do first in your laboratory and so on and so forth, please let me know in the comments below, as well as if you want base designs for Town Hall 9 farming and war, let me know in the comments down below as well. And last but certainly not least, the traps, guys. So every single one of these traps has an upgrade. All four of the air bombs have an upgrade. All 4 of the seeking air mines have an upgrade. All 6 bombs, all 6 spring traps, and both skeleton traps all have an upgrade. They all need to be done, not necessarily at the end, just during your Town Hall 9 journey. This kind of goes in line with the walls and the heroes and stuff. They should just be done as you can do them. They're generally cheaper than the average defensive building. So doing them when you just don't have enough loot to do a big upgrade is probably a good idea. Save them for a filler, or just do them right off the bat because they're cheap and easy. It's up to you. Going out of town for the weekend, just do those instead of doing the standard 7 million gold Expo level 3 upgrade or something crazy like that. So those are my thoughts on the traps. Now let's talk about the finale, the last part of Town Hall 9. Likely at the end of Town Hall 9, you're going to be stuck with a whole bunch of Town Hall 9 or level 9 walls. You're going to be stuck with a ton of research projects in your laboratory, and you're going to have a whole bunch of levels for your king and your queen to go. They got to go all the way to level 30, guys, and this is going to be the way it is for a long time. At least that's the way it is for me. I managed to finish all of my walls to level 9 before my defenses were done, and of course, I already told you, I've got 2 of my expos that still need to be upgraded as well, so I suppose I can put them in here. And that is how the Town Hall 9 journey will end, guys. You're still grinding hundreds of millions of gold and elixir for walls. You're still grinding millions of dark elixir for heroes and a bunch of elixir and dark elixir for your laboratory. But guys, I promise you, it is worth it. At least max out your walls to level 9, which is like the Lego looking wall right there. And guaranteed, you need to max out your laboratory and your king and your queen before you go to Town Hall 10. I understand if you decide, no, I'm not going to spend 750 million golden elixir on level 10 walls. I kind of understand that, I really do. I'm going to try to do it, but you don't have to. In order to go to Town Hall 10, the only thing I say is make sure you max all your buildings, including your expos and all that stuff, and your heroes and your laboratory. And the walls can be secondary. That's just my opinion of the whole thing. And that's going to do it for today's guide. Guys, I'm going to keep this because it looks nice. I usually clear it out whenever I finish these up. But that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, all of these things that I said are just opinions. Nothing is set in stone. And I want you to let me know in the comments if you disagree or agree or have a different idea of how things should be done. Remember, and I really do think it's still priority to upgrade your air defenses first. After that, everything else is just based upon your opinion of what you want to do on your base as far as defenses go, and I recommend you do offense as soon as possible. So, back to my outro, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love each and every one of you. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I look forward to seeing y'all again next time. Also, I think I'm going to hold off on the Town Hall 10 priority list just because I'm not a Town Hall 10, so I don't really know exactly what needs to be done, but I've got a lot of clanmates that are going to Town Hall 10, so it might come sooner rather than later. Let me know in the comments if you crave and require the Town Hall 10 upgrade guide, and I'll bring it to you. I just need to know that it's wanted. So anyway, guys, love y'all, and I'll see y'all again next time. Peace.